Toy Chat is not a children's channel. This video is intended for adult gift givers and collectors. Hey guys, welcome to Toy Chat. This is Max.
And Fang.
And this is another episode of Collector's Corner, our podcast where we discuss hot topics in the doll and toy industry centered on some of our favorite brands. Today, we are going to be getting back to dolls.
Yes.
For
it's been quite a while.
Like a minute,
yes.
actually.
It felt like kind of like we hadn't had any dolls at all. Minus like rats here or there.
I just checked recently. I think our last Rainbow High review was like 7 months ago.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about a lot of doll news in this conversation. You know, Sang and I have already discussed multiple times at length why this year and last year were odd times for, and still kind of continue to be odd times for dolls, particularly playline dolls. It's just like an odd time to be a doll collector. We've talked about how a lot of people, ourselves included, are drifting a lot more into other collectible interests. But we do have some interesting things that have come out and leaked and that are upcoming or just came out. They're definitely stirring up some noise in the doll community. I don't know whether or not we can say like dolls are coming back in a big way. We'll see how successful some of this stuff is. But we are going to be reacting to the latest from Rainbow High, Monster High, LOL Surprise OMG, as well as a very interesting development that is adjacent to the Integrity Toys space. Fashion designer Jason Wu starting his own doll company, doll line, and kind of a bit of drama, if that's what we want to say, that kind of comes with that.
Yeah, I mean, granted, there have been toys and dolls having coming out, but these are kind of like the dolls we are interested in and been covering a lot.
Yeah, of course, this is a focus on things that are on our radar, are of interest to us, and also I think some of the stuff that's been like, from what we've seen, has been like buzzing most in the community recently. So that's kind of what we're going to be focusing on. Yeah, there's like new characters of Rainbow High dolls. Monster High made a big splash at San Diego Comic-Con, which just happened this past July. New York Toy Fair was back in March, and there was like some new stuff in that. We just attended the Toy Insider's Sweet in New York. If you didn't catch that vlog, definitely check it out. We saw some new doll lines there as well. So like the Winx Club reboot dolls, Disney Doorables Adorbs Series 2. So if you want to check those out, definitely check out our vlog.
Yeah, and then you've been probably seeing a bunch of new dolls hitting the shelves as well. A lot of LOL Surprise, MGA products that have been popping up at Target and Walmart. Yeah,
there's a lot of new stuff currently out. You can definitely tell a lot of these companies are like ramping up for the holiday season. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. And we're going to start with, of course, a brand that was once, the cornerstone of our channel and is not so much in recent history, Rainbow High. There are a couple new things coming out.
Yes.
For Rainbow High.
It's kind of interesting because I, in my head, kind of got the two kind of like commingled together and thought they were like 4 new dolls. But there are 2 separate lines that both kind of have the same concept of like things in their legs.
Yeah, so basically we have Sparkle and Shine.
Yes.
And Shimmers with Slime.
Yeah.
So we're definitely continuing down the path of the soft reboot direction. There's some new characters we're going to talk about that have actually been getting more positive reception. We'll get to that in a second. But first, we'll talk about the Shimmers with Slime line, which is a new line of Rainbow High dolls that features 3 of the previous characters, Bella, Skylar, and Violet, as well as a second appearance of Iris Bow, who we reviewed, who made, she debuted in Creative Crystals, which was kind of recent as well. So the whole thing with these dolls is they're similar to Sparkle and Shine. They have the translucent, non-articulated leg sculpts, but rather than glitter globes, you can insert slime into the legs?
Sure. They're combining two ideas. Remember, like, the first wave was kind of like stuffing slime into like pet and stuff. So I guess in a way you can see the slime clearly in them, but at the same time, like, you're getting rid of more articulation. Like, why?
And once again, which, you know, we've already talked about this previously when the soft reboot like first leaked and first came out, is they're pretty much sticking with the poopsie slime surprise, rainbow surprise gimmick, like motif. And we've said this previously, we reviewed the original rainbow surprise dolls. I think in general, shoving slime into something, I think it can potentially be a cool, fun thing depending on the object and how it looks when you're done. I think shoving it into like narrow leg sculpts, and then you have to close it like with the top lid or whatever. I feel like this is gonna be messy.
Well, you're so close. They're so close to the clothing and the hair, so you might get some slime in their hair. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, and then slime can dry out. I'm not sure how kids are reacted to like the first wave of like the slime toys, but this seems like they're really hammering in like, this is what we're gonna do.
Yes, and they come with, slime concoction. Is the slime pre-made? No, rainbow slime kit.
I think the slime is pre-made and you put glitter into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a little kit and glitter. And these ones do come with pets that once again look like the poopsie cutie tooties from, the Poopsie Slime Surprise days.
But I would have to say, I actually like the fashion this time around. I think the outfits are really cute. Skylar has really pretty hair.
Skylar is kind of eating.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie.
The promo images, the prototype looks great. I'm very curious how the crimped hair will look like in person. They don't have quite a good track record, at least with like the reboot, having crimped hair looking really nice. I remember we got the PR version of Sunny, who has really nice crimped hair, and then all the retail version had really bad crimped hair.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think the thing just with how they're packaged too, there's always like that indent where, the plastic straps sit in. But yeah, I love this Skylar's colorful hair. They should have done this like more often, like in like the later lines, like adding more color pop like into signature characters, like main hair color.
Every girl had really colorful hair, and then there's Violet.
Violet is, as we have discussed many times, is notorious for being like the flattest one in every line she's in, except for the early soft reboot where she was like the best one. Like the budget lines and stuff.
In comparison, she has very simple hairstyle. She has a very simple hairstyle. Her outfits is giving a little bit of like, I don't know, Halloween store concoction of pieces.
And also the little pom-poms on like the bodice or like the chest
cute.
It is cute. I feel like it's gonna look cheap like in person, or those might be prone to like falling off or whatever. Apparently it looks like she maybe does have like green in her hair. Yeah. You can't really see it that well in some of the promo images, but it does look like Violet does have a little bit of color pop in her hair. It's not as noticeable as the other girls.
Oh yeah, you can kind of tell.
Yeah, she does. Violet is definitely my least favorite in this line. Iris is wearing a shrug. And if you know Sang and I, we love a shrug. So. And
the multi-tiered like ruffle skirt is really cute.
And like it looks like she's wearing a mesh magic top.
Yeah.
It looks
so
it's actually super cute. I don't completely know if I feel like this very light sugar pink skirt with like the little train pieces. I don't know if I feel like it matches with the rest of her outfit, but I'm a big fan of her shrug and her top.
Very K-pop.
Yeah, Iris is very cute. And
Bella is a staple in the reboot, and she's cute. She's also kind of I don't know. I love her hair. The hair is amazing. The dress, I don't know. It does give me kind of like middle school prom.
I mean, minus that really scandalous cutout in the heart-shaped cutout in the middle of the chest. No, I totally agree though. The rest of the dress is really like middle school, high school prom. I don't really like the dress. Oh, do you have that phobia of like the dots? I do not like her shoes with the little dot pearls. I'm not a fan of that. Her hair. A recurring thing with Bella is usually her face and her hair usually look really nice. She has 2 hair knots on her head. Her color story is so like cotton candy, like rainbow cotton candy. I would say the doll is the highlight of that one. So you can purchase these on Amazon now, but they're not expected to ship until September. And so, of course, we have not seen them in stores. This line is kind of whatever overall. I think I would definitely say the dolls are a highlight.
Yeah. I personally like the fashion, in particular with
some
Iris.
Of the fashions. Yes.
Iris and Skylar kind of reminds me of the kind of like mix and match possibility with the original. And, brings back good feelings, but
yeah, I feel like actually Skylar's denim skirt might be kind of cute with Iris as well. Yeah, so that would definitely be kind of cute.
It's like looks kind of high end and detailed, which is kind of rare to see nowadays.
Yeah, these are fine. I think they're gonna have a lot of the same pros and cons as Creative Crystals, but I think the bigger Rainbow High headline right now is that there is a batch of 4 brand new characters, which they're coming in a Sparkle and Shine line. So this is essentially Sparkle and Shine Series 2. I have to say, this is, like, in terms of the dolls and the overall presentation, if you look exclusively at these dolls' heads and hair, and honestly a lot of the fashions, they would have been a great classic Rainbow High
like Series
line.
6,
Yeah, so we'll go one by one for these because they are new characters. There is Leilani, who is pink, Dawn, who is coral red, Misty, who's teal blue, and Whitney, who's white.
Let's go ahead and talk about the new feature they have. So instead of glitter in their legs, it looks like it's like a mixture of like water and oil, so it kind of gives that
lava lamp
effect, which is really cool. I like that. Once again, I really don't like that kind of style for Rainbow High, since I don't know how often I'm gonna be flipping my doll upside down and doing all that, but I mean, I think it's a step up in glitter.
Yes. So just like going kind of through them one by one, Leilani, I like Leilani. I think she's pretty. She's kind of like, I want to say her color story is not identical to Stella Monroe, but I don't know. We don't have these dolls on hand, so we don't know for sure. But I feel like it's almost like a cooler tone of magenta.
Yeah.
And I love her fashion and
I love the bubble skirt. It has
obsessed with the bubble skirt,
and it's like that kind of like not felt, but like
almost like a velvety, velvety kind of. She's so cute. I love her little like off the shoulder like knitted top. And she comes with a cell phone accessory that has a hipper attachment. And I am curious if this is kind of intended as a Sunny Angel reference because it has wings. I know there's all fairies or magical whatever in the show that we're not watching, but it reminds me a lot of course, Sunny Angel, like hippers and stuff like that. So that is really cute. She has like a little, what looks like a cherry blossom or flower bag.
She has it's like a little camera, like the digital camera.
Yeah. Oh, and her lip gloss looks really similar to the Yummy Land lip gloss with like the little dollop. I wonder if that's intentional. That's cute if so.
I love her soft makeup too. It's very pretty.
She's very cute.
Oh, look, she has brown eyes.
Oh yeah, she has brown eyes. That's so cute. I do actually love that. I think that's perfect because then the focus is kind of like on the pink on the rest of her, and then you have her lovely like natural brown eyes.
Yeah. She's very cute.
So we have next Dawn, who's labeled as coral red. I mean, this is kind of a coral color. So her sculpt looks similar to Lily Chang. She seems Asian coded, which is awesome. And she has like little pigtails. At a glance, she looks very like athleisure, which, you know, is not my favorite. But if you actually get a closer look at her clothes, it is a really cute, the jacket she comes with is cute, and I'm trying to think which picture. The top she's wearing underneath has this like,
it's like a space bunny.
It's like a little space bunny. So the top she comes with is really cute, and she has a butterfly
What's on her laptop?
bag. Oh, she's an
like
artist?
She's like an artist.
So she's cute.
She is. I like her little butterfly backpack. You're very Asian coded, like a gamer or
She has the
like a streamer.
Yeah, she has the little headset. Oh, she has that little mouse she comes with
Oh,
too.
that's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fun. I wish there was more pictures of like her outfit underneath. But yeah, it looks really cute. Like a little cute t-shirt with some like booty shorts, or are they a skirt?
It's a skirt.
It's a skirt?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a skirt. And I also really like her makeup. It's like a shooting star kind of. There's like a little sparkle at the inner corner, and then it like goes out. Her makeup is really cute. And then we have Misty, who's teal blue.
She's very striking.
She is really striking. Misty is really pretty. And this is another one where you kind of need to look closer to realize her fashions are actually pretty cool.
Yeah, you got a lot of different types of like fabric that's like embedded into the design. Like you got some sheer, almost like a lacy, like lace part of the top, and then the sleeves are mesh, and then you got the skirt, the 2-layer skirt with like more denim on the top and more like silk on the bottom.
And in terms of her top, I know for classic Rainbow High, these would have been separate pieces, but I'm gonna venture a guess for this, it's all one piece. But it is really cute that there's a lot of like components to it. And it looks like it like that the black like lacy portion is sheer, and then is it kind of like the blue underneath is like a crop top.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed. I love that.
We would not have gotten away with that in high school.
No.
I love her hair. I love the combination of like the braids, and then you got that high ponytail. So a lot of fun.
This is an amazing incorporation of braids. Yeah, and she has like baby hairs. Really obsessed with her hair. I do in a sense feel like this is actually maybe a bit of a unique shade of blue for Rainbow High. It's like a shocking minty teal a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and then she does have some streaks of like a darker blue. Her accessories are very cute as well. They're sort of giving like Ever After High a little bit. But because she has like a swan mirror and then like this elegant font like RH heart purse.
From far away, it kind of like looks like kanji or something because it's so stylized.
Calligraphy almost kind of,
but it's an RH.
Yeah, and I like her little tumbler, like her kind of like her little thermos or whatever. So she's great. And then finally we have Whitney, who is white, and she is wearing, so I see the Diesel inspiration, which we haven't seen.
Yes, it's probably the most high fashion we have got in a while.
Yes. So she's a Diesel girl. She looks a little futuristic, like she almost reminds me a bit of like Luna Madison, kind of. Overall, I would say she's my least favorite of this bunch. I mean, she's the least.
You're wrong.
She's the least colorful.
Well, she's white. You want to expect.
But
they did fill her feet with white stuff.
Yes, but I do think, however, she does have a similarly intricate outfit. I think because it's white, there's silver, but because it's a lot of white, some of the detail you can't like totally see from afar. But she's cool. She's futuristic.
She reminds me of that Poppy Parker we got at the convention.
Yes.
Swiss Miss. Yeah, Swiss Miss.
I love the big giant ear holes with no earrings that they're showing in these
They always
promo
do that.
pictures.
She's very like scientist, and I think a lot of that comes out in her look because Max doesn't appreciate it. I think her outfit's very detailed. He has like a lab coat aesthetic, but she comes with a little rat, test rat, And you may not.
Is it a rat?
Yeah, it's a rat.
I mean, it has really big ears. Rats don't tend to have ears that big. But yeah, I don't. She has a pet. A pet cat. She has this. The description says cat. It says a pet cat.
It looks to me. It looks like a.
It has a very thin tail.
Yeah.
But yeah, she is giving very scientist.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we talk about there hasn't? Well, I guess the main white color coded character, I guess, would be a Maya, like, pretty much. But yeah, but this is a Rainbow High character that's like, yeah, all like dressed in white.
Yeah.
Other than, of course, Natasha, Zima, and Shadow High. But she is cool. I mean, honestly, I like all 4 of these dolls. This actually may be the first Rainbow High line since the soft reboot that I'm kind of tempted to own all of, which is a big achievement. The lava lamp gimmick is a little better than the glitter globe thing. I just want articulation.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in these little body sculpt gimmicks, and I'm really curious. I mean, I know kids like, sparkles and color pop and things like that, but I would be curious if you were to offer certain doll collecting kids, like, hey, do you want this doll with stuff in her legs, or do you want this doll that you can pose and move her legs and sit her down and like stuff like that, and which they would choose. Would vary kid to kid probably, but these are not available yet. At this time of recording, they're not available. We're assuming they're going to be out pretty soon. I definitely imagine we'll probably see them by the holiday season or sooner. That's it for Rainbow High. I am going to say, as a whole, it's nice to see these really cool new characters. I mean, that has always kind of been like the bread and butter of like Rainbow High's appeal. We just want articulation. But which is funny because they brought some articulation back to another line that we'll get to a little bit later, and yet they're still not bringing it back. Like, so these dolls still cannot move their wrists or their knees or anything like that. On the subject of MGA, we talked a while back about how 2024 was almost like a concerningly sparse year for OMGs specifically, like LOL Surprise OMGs. There were like next to no new LOL Surprise OMG releases. They noticeably took a pause from like major new themed lines that featured OMGs and TOTS and stuff like that. That has changed in 2025, and there's a whole bunch of new LOL Surprise stuff out. And kind of the core 3 things that we're going to be touching on real quick. This is going to be a little bit more of an overview because a lot of this stuff is already out, or it's already been out for a bit. They have the Powerpuff Girls collab, which a lot of people already know about it, and they have a brand new themed line with OMGs and TOTS called I Spy, and there's a new wave of tweens, which are returning characters. We will touch on our overall thoughts on the Powerpuff Girls first. Saying, take it away.
Their faces, I think, has been probably the biggest conversation in the doll space right now, and they are kind of bad. I personally think if they were gonna do that, they should have either re-sculpt the OMG face so it looks more like the artwork, because the artwork of these characters looks really cute, and it fits more with like how Powerpuff Girls would look as LOL Surprises.
I mean, Darko Dark always slays.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
But yeah, the eyes are too far apart, and they're too low, and it's too deer in the headlights.
And Bubbles is completely cross-eyed.
And he's on theme with her, but at the same time, I think there's something off. And I think Max and I have talked about it. But they need like eyelids or like a little bit of like something less flat.
Yeah, I understand what they were going for in terms of trying to make it like accurate to the Powerpuff Girls. And I do, the eyes they're stylized like the Powerpuff Girls. And of course, we're talking specifically about the OMGs. There's TOTS as well. We'll get to the TOTS in a second. But I think that was the main thing I was thinking, is like the fact that they don't have eyelids or eyeshadow or anything like that. So it's just like this severe, like staring directly at you, like googly bubble cartoon eyes. It makes them kind of look like knockoff OMGs.
Yeah.
Like they don't look like authentic OMGs. And it just creates this slight, like, I don't know if uncanny is the word I want to use, but just like something's off.
Yeah.
However, I will say, seeing these in person, I mean, MGA always brings it with like hair and clothing quality. The blossoms I've seen in person have been so nice. Like perfect curls. The fashions look really nice and high quality. And so, of course, yeah, these are available now. We've seen them at Target. Actually, the only one I have not seen in person at all now is Bubbles.
Same here. I haven't seen her.
Yeah, Bubbles. I don't know if she's the most popular or she's like shipping
later
separately.
Yeah.
She's the most detailed.
Yeah.
Kind of. She has like layers.
Her outfit's pretty detailed.
Accessories in her hair. Yeah. But she's cross-eyed, unfortunately.
I mean, there's a little bit of a charm. If they're going for it, I would. If you're gonna go that way, I want it to be most extreme, in-your-face way. And I think Bubbles captures that kind of.
Yeah. What is kind of cool is their outfits are based on that one episode where I don't personally remember details of this episode, but where we see an imagined like version of the Powerpuff Girls as teenagers.
Yeah.
So these outfits are inspired by that aesthetic specifically. They are really cute. Yeah, the eyes are just funky, but you know, they're cute. I definitely think the tots are kind of a slay. I'm a big fan of the tots. I think the tots are a perfect pairing with like the aesthetic.
And, you know, and I appreciate that, you know, if you want a particular tot, you can get it. There's no line box mechanic to that. And the stand for those guys are so cute. Like, they're flying.
Yeah, they are super cute. We posted like an unboxing of all three of them on YouTube and Instagram. I will say those stands, I noticed they curve really far forward. So it's actually a little, like, they topple super easily.
So you need a little bit of like tape or something.
So you just got to be aware of that. But we're going to jump just straight on to the I Spy line. Probably going to do more of a broad overview of this. So there are 3 new main OMGs in the I Spy line, and there's like tots with this as well. I don't understand how these cohesively make sense together, but it is another they've done spy adjacent lines before. So I Spy is a previous line of LOL Surprise that's gotten multiple waves in the past. They basically had mystery color reveals and things like that. This is basically a 2025 addition to that collection. But yeah, this is all new stuff. So this isn't a completely unique theme for them.
Well, isn't it that the thing is you hold like kind of like one of those little spy pieces and it reveals things? So like they have like special makeup and you hold like a black light or like one of those things. That
was like the previous thing. Yeah, so we have spy, superhero, rock star, and fairy. My favorite is easily fairy.
The fairy's really cute. I wish they'd done a little bit more striking wings.
Yeah, I wish they would have. Her outfit doesn't look like finished, like especially by MGA standards.
Well, isn't the idea that you can reveal things?
Yeah, I'm sure these are focused on more so like the gimmick.
You add water. You add water to reveal them.
Yeah, which that's funny. That's like the tots. Yeah. That's more of a tots thing historically. These are cute. One thing we don't really love about these is you can't see the OMG's faces in the packaging, and it's like they literally responded to consumer requests and like later like they let people see the tweens and the OMGs and stuff like that faces. So I don't know why they're reverting back to like covering the doll completely in the packaging. And it's strange too because it's like an opaque, like you can kind of
see the silhouette.
See it. I would rather that just be a window display.
Yeah,
They should have just made a window display because of course people hate unexpectedly getting wonky dolls. So these are cute. I don't personally know if I'd buy any because I definitely think the focus for these is a little more on the gimmick. And I would say the fashions are not quite as detailed compared to previous OMG lines, although Rockstar is kind of detailed, but she's not for me. But, you know, it's nice to see OMGs are not dead. Because, like, they were in some legal trouble with LOL Surprise recently and, like, all that, so we didn't know the direction that OMGs were going to go. Fierce was discontinued and all that, but OMGs are still around. They're still pumping out OMGs. So finally, real quick, we're just going to touch on tweens are back as well. And they brought back wrist articulation
They
to the
did.
tweens. Like, why did you bring back wrist articulation to the tweens and not to Rainbow High? Like, I don't understand.
Do you not read the comments on your own social media?
Yeah, so that's interesting. So the thing that is really interesting, this new wave of tweens is actually returning characters from series 1 of tweens. At least 3 of them are. Cherry, BB, Fancy Girl, and Freshest were from series 1 of the tweens. Olivia Flutter was from a later wave. So they excluded Hoops Cutie from series 1, who was also a black character. It would have been nice to see a black or black-coded character in this wave. It's odd they excluded just her. I mean, I know sporty dolls, like in general, they don't tend to be as popular in doll lines. You know, Olivia Flutter, I think, was popular because she has like the butterfly, almost like 60s, I think, leaning motif a little bit.
Aw, she's cute. I like her.
Yeah, she is super cute. I think with the other 3, they're cute. I prefer
The original.
the first wave. I think
would agree.
the first wave was better, so I don't know if I'd go out of my way to buy these.
I think if you are attached to the character and you miss them the first time around, I think these are kind of cute alternatives. But yeah, Flutter, whatever, she's super cute. I would get her.
Yeah, so this was the character they excluded.
I do have her.
Yeah, Hoops Cutie was really cute.
Yeah.
I loved like her little afro. I didn't initially know this, but apparently Hoops Cutie did return in one of the costume surprise kind of gimmick releases, and she had a different outfit, so I don't know, maybe that has something to do with this exclusion. But yeah, I still think it would have been nice to have seen her return in this main wave with the other series 1 girls. But, you know, I like tweens. It is nice to see them back and to see with returned articulation. All right, so we're gonna jump over to Mattel.
Yup. So Mattel and Monster High had a presence at San Diego Comic-Con again this year with 2 very popular collector dolls. I was super surprised how fast they sold out. So we got San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Elvira and Sweet Scream's Twyla. Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about Elvira first. She has a brand new face sculpt. I believe she has kind of like a winking face, which I think is new.
I was gonna say, yeah, I feel like this probably would be an updated sculpt, because to do the winky face, of course we have not seen this doll in person, but also the smirk, she has like the upturned like lips.
Yeah,
I feel like that's not just screening. I don't think that's purely screening. So yeah, because this is the other Elvira sculpt.
Well, this is the original one, and she's not. Yeah. So I believe it is a new sculpt, which gives her so much more dimension.
The face is amazing.
Yes. I was actually really surprised she sold out first out of the 2.
Well, so she was completely exclusive to the convention.
Oh, okay.
So this version of her with the metallic purple flourishes and stuff and the winky face was completely exclusive to Comic-Con, which I think just by its nature, even people who were not necessarily originally going to get it, then it becomes a more coveted thing.
Yeah.
I heard she sold out very rapidly at the con. I know there were some people and doll collectors who were attending and they could not get her. So she was a rapid sellout. Neither Sang or I ended up chasing this one, but she is really cool.
I really like her face and her hair. I might prefer her other outfits.
You're talking about her original one?
Well, both.
Original.
I like both, like the one that's coming out and her original one. Yeah, her original one is very iconic, kind of like that silhouette. It's very pretty.
Yeah, it's the classic silhouette.
Yeah. And then the new one is also kind of like sultry. I like that one as well.
You're talking about this one?
Yes.
So this one, so they did, for people who missed out on the Comic-Con one.
There's a variant. I think the silver works better, in my opinion. I think the purple is a little too much. But yeah, you are buying that Comic-Con one for the face.
Yes, I like the pop of purple. I mean, I do have to say it is really funny. So, by the way, these two dolls are the exact same price. So they both cost $80. The more generally available one, who she was available on Amazon and Mattel Creations, she also sold out. I believe. So it is nice. They offered a general release to the public.
I wish it was more of like a straightforward like color swap, and they didn't change her face.
Yeah, the winky face.
The winky face is kind of the selling point.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, but personally, I prefer the black and white or silver aesthetic more than the purple. But I can understand like purple's more Monster High themed.
Yeah, and you could argue that black and silver is more like maybe traditional, like classic Elvira. I feel like the Comic-Con one feels like it has more like a Monster High pop. But yeah, she was very popular, and I was so excited about Sweet Scream's Twyla, because this is essentially an addition to a Monster High Gen 1 line from 2013. And then it had another wave in 2014 that added Abby and Gulia. So it's like sweets, candy themed, which is like so me. And I'm obsessed with the original Sweet Screams.
It's a bit more of like an emo gothic looking line, kind of like nightmare theme.
It is very like nightmarish, scary candy. Yeah. Which it is.
And it's perfect for Twyla. I'm surprised they never added her to the line originally. But yeah, this release is really cool. She's very detailed. I love all like the ruffles, the tulle, and she does have like a separate dress underneath. That's kind of like a black, like shiny dress. Yeah, she fits right in with the original waves. Yeah, Max really wanted her. She was $80. I was on standby in case he didn't get it. She managed to get it, but she sold out within a couple like minutes or an hour.
She sold out the day she dropped. I don't know exactly how long it took her to sell out, but she did sell out. She was available on Mattel Creations, and she was once again $80. I love her so much. She's amazing. I know her hair. I always have Mattel hair concerns.
You know what? To be honest, I like that kind of hair because you can't really you can reshape it, and it's not something you're constantly touching like straight hair.
That's like Honey. I loved Honey Swamp's hair. I loved Honey Swamp's hair. I would love to see Honey Swamp in Gen 3, but hopefully it's like manageable, like kind of curly or like Afro Puffs esque in person. The retail versions are always like not the exact same as the promos, but it's amazing they still come with the comic, like the classic comic, and she is really detailed too. Her shoes are phenomenal. Her shoes, there's like a little like minty skull underneath, like
it quite glows too.
Underneath like the melting cotton candy.
Her package is very luxe too, very big.
Yes, and she comes with Dustin, of course, because they all come with their pets, like candy-fied pets. I did buy her. I'm super excited for her. I really hope she looks as nice in person as she does in promos. There is also a new Monster High Collector doll that leaked literally half a year ago.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like 6+ months ago, this doll leaked, and I forgot about her. Honestly,
I think she leaked around the same time as the Megan doll.
And it was once again, as often happens with leaks, a person who mysteriously got their hands on one and posted pictures all over the internet. It's the Corpse Bride, Tim Burton's Corpse Bride, based on the film. I remember the initial reaction to that leak was not the most positive, and it was mainly because people were saying her outfit looked, her wedding gown looked really inaccurate to the original, but I think they were also saying that the patterns, that it was too many stripes and dots and stuff like that.
There's not a lot of construction to her outfit, because it's all just like a lace film over a silhouette, while the original has more of a structured corset top, which I think they should have done that, like have that as separate piece, like that corset piece. But the doll version is just like a simple dress drape.
I will say that the face is stunning.
Oh, for sure.
The Mattel sculpting team ate down with this one. It is like, it's phenomenal.
It's great. I mean, everything about her in terms of like love and care is there. Like, I love her earrings where it looks like
her head worm. I don't know if that character has a name. I have not. I apologize to everyone. I have not seen this film. I've literally never seen it.
It looks like it's crawling through her head, which is really cute.
Yeah. But her makeup is gorgeous.
She has a very like expressive face, which I really love. The only thing that me and a lot of people dislike is just the dress. I think it's very simple for her price point. She was $70. I think there should have been more of like a corset element to her dress, so it doesn't look like the top and the skirt portion are the exact same. But she's very pretty. Our friend wanted us to purchase it for her, and we did. And then I ended up just having non-buyer's remorse, so I ended up pre-ordering. Why not?
Yes.
She ships, early September.
Yes. Yeah.
And her stand is really cool too.
Is it a unique stand?
I believe so.
Oh. I wonder if they have to do that because she has the bony body.
Yeah, it probably.
Skeleta could have used that. Yeah.
I think she only has one skeletal leg. I think that was
because like with Jack Skellington and he had the plastic like insert to make him like thicker kind of.
I think she has the normal Monster High Gen 1 body, but her leg is I think the gown has been like polarizing with people, but the doll looks stunning, honestly. So we're gonna jump into real quick kind of where Monster High Gen 3 playline is at. So we have one thing that's kind of hot off the press. Like, this leaked, I think, like a few days ago at this time of recording. We got an early look at the core refresh, like Wave 2 dolls. But it's the third iteration of the core characters.
Yes, correct. And these are allegedly not expected until 2026. I wouldn't be shocked if some people are able to obtain them within late 2025.
Yeah.
And we have the core 5, Draculaura, Claudine, Frankie, Cleo, Laguna.
There's aspects of it I do like. I think as a whole, this is probably my least favorite core series.
I agree.
Yeah. I think they're lacking more like fashion elements than the last ones, and the kind of like character exclusive
flourishes, kind of.
Yeah. Because Draculaura is still precious. I love her little shawl with like the bows and stuff. It's really cute. The dress itself is very simple. I think it's just one fabric with 2 little bows on it. It's like, bang.
I mean, I will say she has a super cutesy like little schoolgirl look, and I love the pigtails. I mean, I'm a biased like Ula stan, but it's like Draculaura is probably my favorite. But I wouldn't say this is my favorite Draculaura.
I really like her first core refresh with the giant like kind of big hat.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that was great.
That was perfect. That was like kind of gothic emo look.
And her signature was great too. I will say about Frankie, I love their crimped hair that probably will not look nearly as nicely crimped in person.
I like the new leg though. The new leg is kind of interesting.
I love that they're having fun with their prosthetic leg. It's super fun.
I do like the 2-tiered skirt as well. That's pretty cool too.
Claudine is giving Cave Club.
She totally does. I don't like her see-through boots either. But the fur flourishes is kind of nice. It's not really.
I do have to say with what is it like the blunt kind of seam work kind of, and Toralei had a jacket like that with the pleather. It looks really cheap to me on Monster High dolls. And I think the whole, even like the tattered thing of her top with the zigzags, it just gives very like Cave Club to me.
Good luck with that hairstyle in person.
Yeah, it's gonna be a polypropageddon, you know, again. I do like her little scary croissant.
Oh, that is cute.
Yeah, that is really cute. Cleo is actually, I would say this is kind of a unique outfit for Cleo, and there's almost like, there's like little pops of kind of like red and like purple, because I often say, I know this is intended and I know it's her theme and her aesthetic, but Cleo is like so much gold sometimes. It's nice here to see like more incorporation of the teal and like some red and, you know, some purple.
Yeah. I think for some reason she reminds me a lot of what the aesthetic of like the live action Cleo.
Oh, totally.
Like. I think maybe it's like the pants.
Yeah. I do like her little like mesh arm warmers. Those are really fun. Cleo, I think, actually is a standout of these as well. And, you know, Laguna is Laguna. This is my least favorite Laguna. I think I prefer Core Refresh and Signature to this one.
You know, I can't say I can appreciate the designers going with like the athletic leisure wear aesthetic and kind of incorporate kind of like high fashion to it by making like the track pants into like a track skirt.
I don't think it works.
I mean, I get the idea. I get the idea.
I can appreciate the concept and the intent, but
but I don't think. I mean, she's not doing anything for me.
Also, the print from afar looks more woodsy than like kelp or whatever it's probably supposed to be, or waves, whatever. Yeah. I like the arm warmers. I just want the arm warmers.
Reminds me of loofahs.
Yes. But yeah, this Core Refresh is okay. We definitely prefer the previous Core Refresh. It's not a terrible line, but it's not our favorite.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff too that's like presently on the shelves. The Fear Book Series 2 with Venus and Abby is great, and it kind of gives me some Monster High Gen 1 nostalgia with thematic, like very different like looks like for the characters. So obsessed with Venus like in an afro. It's so nice. It's lovely.
Yeah, and we really love Abby's like knitted top.
Yeah, it's so cute. Actually, you need to look closer at it to realize, like, yeah, you can. It has like the little like pull strings and stuff, and it's a really adorable fashion piece. Those are really cute. And yeah, of course, we saw the other stuff that's out, and we've previously discussed that, you know, CA Cupid is back and has really, really horrible hair. And I'm like, I don't even know if I'm gonna get her. Her hair is literally so unmanageable. And I'm like, I can't. I don't have the skills to fix it. We saw Nephra, Gen 3 Nephra, for the first time at Sweet Sweet, and we have since seen her in stores. She is nice. Yeah. I will probably get her eventually.
Yeah, we're still waiting on characters they haven't introduced yet. Like, yeah, we talked about Honey, and we got like, where's Rochelle?
Katrine. That would be
quite a few characters are.
Yeah, they definitely have more to go. But yeah, so that's where Monster High is at right now. You know, let us know what you all think of the latest Monster High stuff. We're going to cap off this conversation by completely swerving away from Playline into the adult collector world. Fashion designer Jason Wu, who is a very, very famous fashion designer. He's designed for multiple celebrities, and he has been very involved with Integrity Toys.
He helped launch Integrity Toys' transition from Playline dolls in stores to high-end collector dolls.
He was kind of like the founding of FR, Fashion Royalty, right? Yeah.
And he was very integral into like producing some of your favorite sculpts if you're Integrity Toys collectors. He helped with the Poppy Parker line early on. But in recent years, since we started collecting, he's been stepping away from Integrity Toys. He only really makes an appearance at Integrity Toys conventions. He designs a few dolls for them every year that have been really popular. But overall, he has not been hands-on with Integrity Toys as much as he was in the past. He's more focused on his own brands. His fashion house has been doing really well, and he's gone into perfumes and makeup, but he kind of dropped like a bombshell recently by starting his own doll company.
Yes, he started his own doll line and he debuted its first doll. So the name of the company is Atomic Lab Toys. It completely came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just like randomly, all of a sudden, this announcement was made and social media was created for it. And the first drop in the debut line, which is called Icons Only. The first doll is like a celebrity collab, and it is a doll of Nymphia Wind, who is the winner of Drag Race Season 16. She is a drag queen. I love Nymphia. I am a big Nymphia fan. And Jason Wu's first doll is a Nymphia doll, and she is available now for pre-order. She's expected to ship in October, and she is priced at $150, which makes her price point in line with, similar to Integrity Toys.
Yeah.
So needless to say, this was a bit of a shocking turn of events given his involvement and history with IT. Dropping something that is coded as a competitor line. I mean, we don't know to what extent, if he's just periodically going to release dolls, because there hasn't been, I don't think, another doll announcement since this one.
I think, this is kind of like a filler, see how much the public interest in his doll brand would be. But it looks like he is starting, this is like a start of a series of dolls called Icons Only. And there's, the same kind of information that you would see with high-end dolls, with the sculpt. This is a sculpt that's called Queen. And then he's given information that there's 1,500 of her worldwide that's being produced. You can still order her, so she hasn't sold out.
Her hair is saran.
Yeah, which is really nice. Interestingly, her eyelashes are labeled as rooted, not applied. Yeah. Max can probably talk more about how closely this would resemble the drag queen, but I'm actually kind of surprised there isn't a look at her body. All the images are of her in the big coat. Because I'm very curious how closely the body would resemble an FR body.
The only thing it says in the description is that she has 14 points of articulation. We can see in the photos that she has knee articulation, thigh, neck. I think for me, I almost pre-ordered this doll and then I didn't, because this is a bit of a leap to take, financially speaking, for a doll that we haven't seen or handled, the sculpt. We don't know the quality of, the body, how posable it is. And obviously we've reviewed JHD, Mizzy dolls, stuff like that are kind of adjacent to IT. And again, IT is really, really expensive, but they definitely do set the standard, I think, for top-notch body sculpts.
Yeah.
So I think when I'm paying these types of prices, I want that really durable, really posable, really high quality, that you can pull apart or whatever, body.
Yeah, and they have a nice weight to them, so they don't feel cheaply made at all.
Barbie Silkstone is kind of similar too.
And the posability, they have articulation, but how much can they bend?
Yeah, because we had issues with Mizzy where the hands are rubbery and there's pieces. So that's the thing is for $150 for a doll I have not seen in person. I don't know. It was kind of a bit of a leap. I think in terms of the Nymphia likeness, I think the face shape and some of the features are sort of accurate. I definitely don't know if I didn't, Nymphia isn't very known for bananas in the color yellow. If I didn't have the context clues and I just saw this doll with no other information, I don't know if I'd immediately guess Nymphia.
Yeah, I mean, she's yellow banana colored, but I'm surprised there's no banana motifs on her.
Yeah, which I mean, that's the thing is, to be honest, I would have been if you're making a Nymphia doll, I want the full banana experience. And it's and Nymphia has had several banana outfits, banana gowns that are gorgeous. And I would have...
Even the image they included with the promo images of Nymphia That dress is very pretty.
It's super nice. Yeah, and I was like, I would have rather had this. I was like,
all crazy with that hair and stuff.
Yeah.
She looks like a banana being peeled.
Yeah, and that's her whole thing, is like she has different representation. It was like she had one outfit where her reveals were the stages of a banana. So it was like a green banana, and then at the bottom was like a rotting brown banana. So it's like, there's a lot of things that they could have done that would have been really cool. It's beautiful fashion. The fashion's beautiful. I love the fur coat, but I think it's not, like, thematically, I think he really could have, like,
really pushed
swung for the fences, and it doesn't totally feel like we got that.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see more of the corset, nighty outfit on the inside, which, ironically, none of the photos have, like, her in her
we're not really seeing enough in these promo images that would that's feedback that IT has gotten too, is like, because we can never see these in person for the most part, like you gotta get in there, like show us all the details. That's one piece of like feedback I would have for this new site and new like line, is we need to see all components of this expensive doll that we might be investing in. So
I thought I saw a video. Is there a video? That one right there? Does it show anything? No. It's so they have rotating footage
of the coats.
Like, I want to see inside. I want to see what's underneath. Like Saran looks always nice. Also, those look like hand applied eyelashes. I don't think they're rooted. It looks too frilly, like too light to me. I don't know. Maybe that's a mistake. It looks like hand applied. Maybe it is a new technique. But yeah, I think $150 is a fair price for her, especially as a starting price. Still cheaper than IT. I hope to see these ship soon so we can kind of have an idea. Maybe we'll take a bite. And there's a lot of opportunities to get really creative with some of the collaborations he can do with like some of the drag queens. Jason Wu has been, he's been on the show. He's been on Drag Race, and he had made several RuPaul dolls. Yeah, so,
I mean, it in a sense feels like a natural transition, but also I would be really curious how IT feels about this.
Is it a betrayal? Is it?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. And again, Jason Wu shows up and is a significant presence at most IT conventions. He was at the last one.
Yeah, and he made several IT dolls this year alone.
Yeah, we met him briefly. We got his autograph and photo. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm curious if he talked to IT about this, and there was some sort of deal made, or
he just let you know I'm doing this. And...
I'm doing this whether you like it or not. Yeah. So, it's an interesting development. I'm going to be really curious to see the direction this goes.
I honestly, more competition is good competition. It's good for everyone.
Competition is good for consumers.
Yes. Very curious if these outfits will fit Integrity Toys too.
All right, that's enough for now for this very long conversation.
I hope you got to work on time listening to our podcast. Or you're falling asleep.
Yes.
But there's a lot of stuff that's coming out or is out on the shelves. So maybe we're approaching another doll renaissance. Maybe this is the final remnants before Trump's tariffs comes in and just completely wiped out everything on the shelves.
That's a whole other podcast conversation. Yeah, so definitely let us know, where you guys are at with all this new stuff. There's other new stuff. I mean, there's Bratz stuff and Disney stuff, and we can't cover everything.
Oh, we haven't even talked about IT.
Yes, there's a lot of IT stuff. In due time, bear with us. But we wanted to get a little, doll content out, and there was some stuff to catch up on. Definitely let us know your thoughts on all the new dolls. Also, let us know what you would like us to discuss in our next podcast. We have some other stuff in the works. Stay tuned. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.